Cleveland Browns offensive tackle DeJuan Jones will miss the rest of the season with a knee injury he suffered against the Green Bay Packers in Sunday's game, according to multiple reports. Jones was hit by a low block that sent his knee into hyperextension. He will reportedly need surgery to repair the damage. This is the second straight year that Jones suffered a season-ending injury. Last year, he suffered a fractured ankle in November. The Browns have dealt with injuries along their offensive line, with Jack Conklin missing time as well. Jones being out for the season will thrust Cornelius Lucas and KT Leviston into key roles for the team. Conklin will return at some point, and Lucas will likely take over for him. The Pittsburgh Steelers have yet to face the Browns, but will do so after their bye week in Week 6. During that time, they will face a backup tackle in both matchups. Cleveland sits at 1-2 and has struggled offensively with an offensive line that has yet to gel in the way they envisioned, but their defense has been one of the best units in all of football. The Patriots hosted the Steelers for the first time in 6 years on Sunday at Gillette Stadium. This was the second home loss of the season for the Patriots, and it also prevented New England from winning back-to-back games for the first time since the 2022 season. It was a slow start for the Patriots after Rhamondre Stevenson turned the ball over on a fumble on the opening drive that led to Pittsburgh scoring from it on their first drive of the game. With some adjustments from last week in Miami to this week against Pittsburgh, there are 6 takeaways New England can take from its Week 3 loss to the Steelers. 6. The Patriots' 2-minute offense failed in the fourth quarter. 1. Rhamondre Stevenson took a step back. After a standout performance last week, starting running back Rhamondre Stevenson fumbled on the Patriots' opening drive of the game. He fumbled again in the third quarter from the goal line in what would have been a touchdown and tied the game to start the second half. Although Stevenson led the NFL with 7 fumbles last season, he's been great this year and hasn't made any errors until this point in Week 3. It was a disappointing outing for Stevenson in this game. Stevenson finished the game with 4 carries for 18 yards and 2 fumbles in the run game, and he also had 3 receptions for 38 yards. He was the best player on the field in Week 2, and one of the worst in Week 3. 2. Robert Spillane emerged for Patriots defense. Robert Spillane has not been as advertised through the first 2 weeks of the season, but he was ready to play on Sunday. He had 9 tackles in the first half, which was a game high, and he totaled 15 by the end of the game with a pass deflection and an interception. Spillane's performance was concerning after his Week 2 performance in Miami, but it looked like he returned to his normal form as a top linebacker despite the Week 3 loss. 3. Mike Vrabel's poor clock management at the end of the first half. There was an opportunity at the end of the first half for the Patriots to score a touchdown, but it ended in an interception. The Patriots started their final drive of the first half from their own 6-yard line with 7:20 remaining on the clock. And the offense moved the ball all the way to the red zone in a strong 11-play drive. May made a completion to Hunter Henry for an 18-yard gain that landed the Patriots at the 5-yard line with 48 seconds remaining on the clock and with 3 timeouts in their pocket. At this point, they should have used a timeout to regroup. But on the next play, May caught the defense jumping off sides, and the 5-yard penalty brought the ball to the 2-yard line. From there, May threw 2 incompletions and then the interception to end the half. Vrabel should consider calling more timeouts to help regroup his young quarterback and the offense in critical moments, especially when there's 1 or 2 to burn. 4. Hunter Henry popped for the Patriots offense. Hunter Henry popped off in Week 3 as the leading receiver for May and the Patriots, finishing with 8 receptions for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Henry was the go-to option for May. He was able to get to the open spaces of the defense and make plays. He saw 11 targets, which was 6 more than any other player on the team. 5. The Patriots' defense kept the offense in the game. Although the defense allowed 3 touchdowns, they also remained strong throughout the game to give the offense multiple opportunities to take over the game. It wasn't always pretty, but the defense put together impressive drives that had stops and turnovers and created big moments that brought the energy of the team and the Patriots fans back into the game. In the fourth quarter, the defense allowed another touchdown to give Pittsburgh the lead with only 2:16 remaining, but it was all after the offense gave up 5 turnovers and the defense held the Steelers to only 2 scores from that. 6. The Patriots' 2-minute offense failed in the fourth quarter. The Patriots started at their own 40-yard line and chipped their way up the field with a quick pass to Henderson for 8 yards. May scrambled for 15 yards on the next play. It was followed by a T.J. Watt sack for a loss of 3 yards. Here's what the Patriots did after calling a timeout after the sack. May threw an incomplete pass that went behind Demario Douglas, who was wide open on a drag route over the middle of the field. May stood tall and strong in the pocket to connect with Henry for 12 yards, forcing a 4th and 1 with 1:07 remaining on the clock. May threw a quick pass to Douglas, who took a step backwards without crossing the first down line, forcing a turnover on downs and ending the game. Arch Manning officially announced as the new quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. In one of the most anticipated moves of the NFL offseason, the Pittsburgh Steelers officially confirmed on Monday the signing of Arch Manning, a promising quarterback of the new generation, to be the team's main signal caller. Considered one of the most talented prospects today, Manning arrives with the mission to revitalize the Steelers' offense and take on the role of team leader. Son of the legendary Cooper Manning and nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning, Arch brings a strong football heritage and a playing style that has already caught the attention of fans and experts alike. With great game-reading ability, precise passing, and mobility, he is seen as the hope to bring the Steelers back to the league's elite. The Pittsburgh franchise is betting big on Manning's arrival, who was a standout during his college career, promising a new era for the team that aims to return to championship contention after some underwhelming seasons. We are very excited to have Arch with us. We believe he has everything it takes to be a great NFL quarterback, and we want to build the future around him, said the Steelers head coach during the introductory press conference. Arch Manning, expected to take the starting role next season, arrives with high expectations and the responsibility to lead a rebuild in Pittsburgh. The NFL, closely watching his journey, is already pointing to the Steelers as a team to watch in the coming years.